So in previous videos, I've looked at bass and I've looked at tone. Now the fun part, which is applying the bass and tone into djembe patterns. Now, before I go any further, what I want to mention is that the djembe is a social instrument. It's about being played with other people. So there is no substitute for taking that djembe out of the house and finding groups to play with. It doesn't matter whether it's just a jamming session with friends or you go to some more formal classes in African drumming. It really, really is important, and that's where you're going to get all that experience of being able to listen really well and connect with other people as you play, and it's where you really will get the exhilarating experience. But when you're on your own and you look at these videos, here's some things which could help you improve your technique and also, more importantly, allowing you to get some stamina as you're playing some rhythms. So, if we want to practice the bass and the tone, I would probably suggest you have a go at doing this. It is, to be honest, very, very simple. 2 bass and 2 tone. Bass, bass, tone, tone, bass, bass, tone, tone, bass, bass, tone, tone, bass, bass, tone, tone, bass, bass, tone, tone. Now, it can be a little bit difficult when you first play, and your mind might want to wander. You might want to do clever, complicated patterns, and sometimes it is rather difficult to stay with something as simple as this. And to be honest, though I hate to say this, when I first had a go, I did sometimes get bored. But the way I look at it now is that when you practice some of these rhythms on your own, it's like meditation, I think. It's about staying with one thing, lingering on one thing, about some mindfulness. And as you play, you try and keep at one speed, a nice slow, cruisy speed, and then just start to be aware of the way you're lifting your arms, and the way the arms drop down, and that gravity is letting the arm and the hands drop down onto the drum. So you can feel the bounce in the bass. You start to feel the contact of your tips of your fingers and those 2 points I showed you, about 2 inches into the drum. You could go slower, like I am here. And you start to also feel that sensation of your fingers moving quite freely. And they're feeling really supple. So when you get that tone, the fingers are going to start bouncing off the edge of the drum. And you linger a little bit more. And after some point, when you start to feel slight changes in the sensation, you start to relax more, you might want to pick up the speed again, just a little bit. So it's really straight at this stage. So I would say that what we're playing here is not particularly an African rhythm. In fact, it sounds more like a march. So what we could do is, we could just pinch these beats a little bit. So it's got a little bit of a swing, and that will actually give it maybe a little bit more of a sort of West African djembe sound. Like that. So this sounds almost like the first 2 words of Peter Piper picked a pickled pepper. So Peter Piper, Peter Piper, Peter Piper Just like that. Okay, now the next thing we could do with this pattern is we could take out 2 of those pairs of bass sounds. And then you start to hear or just take out the legs.